hating, living, breathing, dreaming, going to Denny's, going to Denny's, singing, swimming, breathing, shimmy in the trees when you went to Denny's. Sullivan Show, episode
5
with Ehsan Ahmad. It's the Dylan and Sullivan Show. He's with Ehsan Ahmad. We're in a podcast studio, which is my living room. I've got a cat with my roommate Jordan. It's the Dylan and Sullivan Show. The Dylan and Sullivan Show. Oh no, the Dylan and Sullivan Show tonight. Ehsan Ahmad, how's it going?
It's going great. I didn't expect it to start so funky.
Yeah, dude, we get funky on the Dylan Sullivan Show.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. I gotta put my funk shoes on.
That's right.
Yeah.
Dude, it's been a great day.
Yes.
We did an adult activity outside.
Yeah, we did do an adult act. It sounds like we were fucking outside. Yeah, maybe.
Fucking with drugs.
It's a fair point.
Yeah. And you remember high school, like in early college. Mm-hmm. When did you start smoking weed?
I was 18. It was the summer before college. My friends were all smoking by then.
Okay.
And then one day they had it, and we had an apple tree in our backyard, and they didn't have a pipe, but they're like, "We'll smoke out of an apple." And then I was like, "Okay, I'll do that. I'll try that. I'll be like, let me try something before I go to college." And I loved it immediately.
Yeah.
I remember we went to Denny's, and there's nothing like the first time being high.
Yeah.
Those first times are unreal.
What was your first time like?
I just remember being giggly. I remember convincing one of my friends that he had to share his fries, or else it would be like, you know what I mean? Like he'd be in big trouble. I guess somehow convinced him to share his fries with us because he would get sick or something if he didn't.
Whenever you're high, there's always one friend that's very gullible.
Right. And it's just like, man, that feeling you can never get back. That is the shitty part about like being high, is that like that's one of those sort of dragons you chase of just like, man, those first times were so much fun.
Yes, they were.
Mm-hmm.
I remember freaking out a lot. I had a lot of freakouts.
Ooh, yeah.
I took must have been like 100 milligrams, like an edible once.
Yeah.
And I just like lost my mind. And then I'd get like high at school a lot.
Okay. Oh, so you started in high school.
Yeah.
You were in high school. Fuck yeah, dude.
And then I bragged about smoking weed to my friends for ever since.
Wait, yeah, so what was your first time?
My first time was in a car in this neighborhood that everyone used to smoke pot at because it was like secluded, even though everyone smoked pot there.
Right.
And it was with a couple people from school in a car, and then I went back to class. So it was. We went.
What was class like?
Insane. I walked in, and there was this girl, Michaela, and she was like trying to. She was like, "Oh, your eyes look red, Dylan. Oh, did you hear?" Like saying it all loud and stuff. And it was my first time being high, and it scared the fuck out of me.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, oh no.
Yeah, everyone knows. You probably thought everyone knew.
Yeah, and they did.
Yeah, even the teacher, you think?
Yeah, she knew, but she was, luckily she was a teacher that was like so timid that she didn't tell, like, rat me out. Or she was being cool, yeah.
Right, I think as an adult, you gotta be like, okay, are they in trouble?
Right.
Like, are they like in danger right now? No? Okay, then you have to sort of, or like a parent, you have to sort of overlook some things.
Right.
And let it slide and let them have that experience.
Yeah, and that was one of those times, luckily. I can't imagine if I would have got caught smoking weed the first time I smoked weed.
Oh my God, that would change the trajectory of your life.
Yeah.
That's a huge thing to happen.
I'd be prison Dylan.
Yeah. You'd be straight.
Yeah,
You'd be straight and in prison.
So. Yeah, dude.
Damn, going to class is crazy. I wasn't around. Like we did it at my house. My parents were asleep. You know what I mean? It was a lot of. I wonder if they knew. Going back on it, like if they knew that we were smoking outside, because all my friends would be over, and we would just get high. High.
I feel like the adults had to know, because.
Yeah, you would think, right?
I would think, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Some definitely did, but it was like just a open secret. Like
Right.
everyone was like, yeah.
Right. Maybe my parents are immigrants and a little like innocent, so they might not have known.
Yeah, that does make sense.
Yeah, they might not have known, but like they had to have known that I was sneaking out and all that sort of stuff. Like I can't imagine they didn't.
Right. You ever come home like, oh, you wouldn't have come home like drunk?
No, I never came home drunk. I definitely came home super high and my mom was up. And she wanted to hang out. So I would spend the entire time on our computer pretending to like look up stuff while we were talking, so I wouldn't have to be face to face with her.
Wow. That's smart.
Yeah. I was like looking up I was in college at the time, so I was like looking up like, oh, I gotta get my classes ready, and I think I was reading like class descriptions, pretending to be like, well, do I want to take this elective?
Yeah.
And then we would just talk about like stuff I'd want to do with my life, you know what I mean, and just sort of deflect so I wouldn't have to look at her. And then it was late enough that I'd be like, oh, I'm so tired, I gotta go home, I gotta go to bed.
Right.
And she was like, okay.
and then
I don't think she was one of the wiser. I mean, she did catch me smoking eventually, my like third year of college, but by then, you know, when you've been smoking for 3 years, getting caught isn't as intense anymore. Right. Because I've been high.
It's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's do your parents know you smoke weed now?
Yeah, they always tell me to stop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like they wish I didn't talk about it, but it's like I gotta be me.
Yeah, right.
I gotta be me.
That's
you know
how
what I mean?
smokes weed.
Yeah. Sorry. You know, I'm not like these other Muslim kids who get wasted all the time, Mom.
Yeah, you Muslims.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's so funny. I talk about this. I think about this all the time, and I want to talk about this on stage eventually.
Yeah.
But like, there is a large subset of Muslim people that drink a lot, but will never eat pork.
Really?
Yeah.
That's where they draw the line.
That's where they draw the line. And it's like when you really think about what's actually healthier for you,
it's probably bacon.
It's probably the food over the alcohol.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like so a lot of times in the older religions, the reason why pork is banned is that uncooked pork is like, you can get like real deal diseases
from uncooked pork.
Out of pork that's like spoiled or prepared poorly.
Yeah.
Like you can get really sick.
Oh yeah.
And alcohol is alcohol. But now over the years, it has become significantly safer to eat pork, but alcohol is still alcohol.
Yeah.
Ironically, probably a little more dangerous because you're around a car.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
yeah, you're definitely driving if you
or like there's a good chance you've driven. If you get drunk a lot, there's a good chance you've driven drunk.
Yeah,
that's just the reality of the situation. So it's like that,
and like when you get drunk, because some people are assholes.
Yeah.
And you've never eaten a piece of bacon and then felt like an asshole.
Yeah. You've never eaten a piece of bacon and gotten into a fight because of it.
Yeah, you just eat 10 strips of bacon, go out of the street, like, fuck's up. Fuck's up.
A man today has killed a family of 4 after having a grand slam. It's like, yeah, that's never.
The man got a grand slam, punched out 3 people,
and
got in a car crash. That guy ate bacon.
Yeah, there's no ad campaign, never moons over my hammy and drive. There's never.
I'm sorry, sir, I can't bring you any more bacon. We gotta cut you off.
Yeah, I'm here. I can't eat any bacon. I'm the designated driver tonight. Yeah.
Oh, none for me, thanks.
Yeah, right. But
I'm the asshole that just stay behind with my,
I'm the asshole that can't eat bacon.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been bacon free for 10 years. Oh, what a buzzkill!
Everyone around me is eating bacon. I'm like, no, I'm just having fun. I was a shitty guy last week. I ate too much bacon last week.
I swear this is the last time I'll eat bacon. I swear.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So alcohol is kind of like this century the modern Muslim like
right. Wait.
overwhelming like
Yeah.
attitude.
Yeah. The attitude towards it is that we'll be fine with that, but like,
but not bacon.
but not bacon.
Do you eat bacon?
I do eat bacon.
Yeah.
But I don't really drink.
Yeah.
Right.
One or the other.
One or the other.
That is a fair vice. Like
Right.
half and half.
Right. But like, what was I saying? Yeah. So the irony is that I think the reason why alcohol is more accepted is because it gets you laid, which is another thing that's against the religion.
Right.
Right. It's premarital sex. So it's like you do the two things that are haram. That's what they call it. You do the two things that are haram.
What's haram mean?
It's like sinful.
Okay.
Like something that's haram is against God.
On that haram.
Yes. It's the opposite of halal.
Opposite of halal.
Halal is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like halal food.
Yes. So it's like they'll do the two things that are haram, but they'll look down on the people who eat bacon. Like, how could you do that? And it's like, well, if I don't do the drinking part, then what's the point?
Right. Don't look down on me.
Yeah.
It's like you guys are both looking down, but like, Stranger Things, the upside.
Yeah.
We're both like feet stand,
Right. No, I'm not looking down on them for doing that. I get it. I
Right.
get it.
You get bacon and you get alcohol.
Yeah, I get both those things.
Yeah.
But to look down on me for eating the bacon is crazy.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah. It's like you're doing the thing, bro. And there's so many people, especially on social media, that are like super Muslim.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That they're like super duper Muslim. But I know they drink and party. And it's like, that's so funny.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
It's like, because it's like this. It's like
It's all haram.
Yeah, it's all haram.
Yeah.
It's like us talking about smoking weed earlier. It's like, at least I'm honest about who I am.
Yeah, right. And that's hard to do.
Right? Despite, like, it hurts you don't think it hurts me that I hurt my parents' feelings? Yeah, it does.
Yeah, you think I'm just like a fucking monster going through the world like...
Yeah. My mom would hate this. I'd be like, damn, I can't believe I'm hurting her like that. But, like...
Right.
But I'm honest and open about it in a way that I think most brown kids aren't with their parents.
Right. I feel the same way with, like, like extreme Christians going, like, looking down on me for being gay, but I don't look down on them for wearing wool, which is haram as fuck.
Yeah. Eating shellfish.
Yeah. That would be funny. It's like if I go to like and stomp on your parade when you go eat shellfish, or you buy clothes that are multiple.
Oh, but multiple fabrics or whatever, linens.
Sarah, that's wool
and cotton.
So
time to kill you. That's what I'm supposed to be doing if we're following this old backwards.
I'm not gonna do it today, but it's always out there.
Right. It's like, wow.
Yeah, man. Yeah, stop looking down at Ehsan for eating pork. You drink booze.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
I gotta turn these up.
Yeah, it is funny when people are like, when like a conservative woman, like a super conservative woman comes out as like super anti-gay, and they'll use the Bible, and it's like, well, if you're using the Bible, why are you as a woman talking to me?
You shouldn't be reading.
Yeah, you dumb bitch. If we're going by those rules.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Which no one wants to go by.
Oh, wait, hold on. Can I answer this call real quick? Yeah. I'm talking to Derek. Hey, what's up, Derek? I'm potting right now. I'm potting. Were we supposed to go out today? Did we make plans for Friday? Oh shit! Hold on. Okay. What's it called? What time did we say? No, yeah. And like, would you be down to go in like 40 minutes?
40 minutes.
Is that okay with you? Okay. All right. See you then. Okay. Bye. Just made plans over the phone.
On the Dale Sullivan
Show. Hey. Woo! 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 Making plans.
In 40 minutes.
Yeah, making plans.
Dylan Sullivan Show. Making plans on the podcast. Going somewhere. Yo,
I totally forgot we were doing this Friday.
Happening on
On the Dylan Sullivan Show. Yeah, it's pretty wild.
People always tell me I'm boring. Well,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
There's
Proof.
Yeah, did you make plans to go to the mall on camera? Yeah.
YouTube sensation, the Dylan Sullivan Show, has skyrocketed to more than 18 viewers. Oh man, what are you and Derek gonna do? You gonna hit the mall?
Yeah. It's his wedding, so we're gonna do wedding
mall.
stuff. Well, yeah, wedding mall stuff.
Wedding mall stuff.
Right. You know,
Dude, the mall is so dope. The less people go, the more it
the
feels
better it is. Yeah. You find parking close.
Yes, yeah.
You find parking close, and like all the stores, none of them are overcrowded.
Nope.
The Chick-fil-A at the mall,
Incredibly
quick line.
Incredible.
It's the quickest line of any Chick-fil-A I've ever been on because no one goes to the mall.
No one goes to the mall.
And it's not like a teen hangout spot anymore, really.
The mall's done.
The mall's done, right? Why go? Like I went shopping with my girl recently, and I was like, oh, we should go. We went to the Barton Springs, and we're like, we did mine, and I was like, oh, let's go pick clothes out for you, and she's like, no, I already got everything I wanted off Amazon.
Wow.
And online, not Amazon, but like online shopping. She's like, I just do that. I don't need to go. I don't need anything right now. And I was like, oh, I forgot. That's what most people do now.
Yeah. You don't have to go out
Right.
anymore.
Right.
But it's nice because it gives you more time to do the things you want to do.
Right. Yeah. And because the mall when you had to go there was a chore.
Yeah, when it was like a mall with mom,
Right.
That mall with friend, and then you'd go mall with friends,
Right.
and then so where does everybody hang out now?
Online.
Just online.
I think so.
Wow, that's
Right?
scary.
Right? Like,
Computers.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure kids hang out. I mean, I'm sure I sound like an old person.
Right.
When Gen Z people are like, oh man, he doesn't know that we go to the fucking yogurt shop or whatever the fuck, whatever.
Everyone goes to Yogurt Land.
Yeah. Everyone knows this.
And this is the cool place.
Yeah. But now that you're so connected all the time, it's like you don't have to leave, right? Like a big part of growing up was you had to leave to see your friends. And I would think now you don't have to. Two, especially since the pandemic.
Sure.
You know, the pandemic, everyone hung out and never left their homes.
Right.
And I imagine it's more of that, right? Like if you're a bunch of dudes and you want to hang out with friends, like we would get together and play video games.
Right.
But you can now, if you have all of PCs, hop on Discord, hang out in your room, and still play video games.
Yes. Yeah, you don't have to.
Anywhere. You don't have to go anywhere.
You're always hanging out with your friends.
You're always hanging out with your friends.
Yeah.
You're always in contact with your friends. You're always texting.
Yeah.
Always like
you wake up to text and
right. Group chats and yeah.
Every surface in your house, there's surfaces where you lock at it and it's designed to pull you into it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like
you're always with friends.
Always with friends. So it's like I wasn't. There was no group chats when I was. We just got texting.
Yeah,
that's what it felt like when I was in high school. Middle of high school is when people started texting each other. But there was no group chats. You could like text someone to find out where they were going, but it was still like more people would call than text.
Right. They would.
It wasn't until college where texting for me became the main form of communication. That's what it felt like. And maybe I was a little bit behind the curve. I got a smartphone a little bit later than everyone else. But that's what it felt like. It was like in college, that's when like, oh, okay, this is how we text. And now I get anxious when someone calls. Yeah,
it is. It is anxiety inducing sometimes.
Sometimes it's like, why are you calling? Why couldn't you text me?
Right.
You're calling me?
Right. Yeah.
Or I'll call you. Oh, have you ever scheduled a call with someone? It's like, oh, I hope so. Please, God, to God, someone cancel.
Yes. Yeah.
Hope to God someone cancels.
Yeah. It's always. I feel like it's a job, and then I feel like some sort of guilt if I don't get back to people.
Right.
Immediately.
Right.
And that's like way too much.
Right.
Because my first routine, the first thing I do, at least when I wake up, is Instagram, text, all that stuff. Then I'll get on Instagram, and then like, oh, this is a funny video that so and so sent me.
Right.
And then and then it's 9:00 at night.
Right.
It's like
you just been wasting your time online or whatever.
Yeah, but like people are always contacting you.
Right. Right.
And that way, like you're saying, like
the availability that everyone, like, look at this. These are all like work related
that
stuff.
Stresses me the fuck out.
It's not
and it's not that my work.
Yeah, and it's 3 separate notifications.
Dude, the notifications are going back into your phone.
Yeah.
Implying infinity.
Yeah.
Dude, that is like when things like stack up, it's like, and it's usually stuff that didn't need a text.
Right. Do you find now that Austin is sort of growing as a scene, that you get, at least me personally, I start to get overwhelmed by the amount of people hitting me up for like leads on the shows and yada 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 and roundabout ways of trying to ask me to get to Solid? But like, do you get overwhelmed by the amount of people asking you for stuff?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I feel bad because a lot of these people are my good friends, and it's like, if you knew how many people are just hitting me up constantly.
Right. If you knew how many people were hitting me up constantly. And also I think there's sometimes people just ask better. Like you can tell when it feels, sometimes it's really gross. Everyone knows that in stand up, like communicating with someone where it's like, it doesn't feel like a human talking to me.
Right.
They're but it's like, it's just not, you could just be like, hey, what's I don't know. Like it feels like there's some gross ways to do it. And there's some
to do it, and
then you just have to. You can't do everything.
Yeah, to be fair to these people, it's like I've been in a situation where I've had to ask, and it's always like, how do I do it?
Right,
and we each have our own ways.
Comes off like,
but everyone knows what it's about, and everyone knows. I think I appreciate more of the roundabout style than the direct.
Because it has some finesse in it, doesn't it?
It has some finesse, and it leaves me room to say. If I want to say no, it leaves me room to say no in a way that doesn't make, like, you know what I mean? That's like not like mean.
Yes. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally. There's really there's a real etiquette to that stuff.
Right. It's like this, like how to ask for things in general. I think it's outside
really courteous too. If like more roundabout is courteous because it's saying like, I don't want to ask you. I don't want you to feel
pressure.
Right. Exactly.
And I definitely feel less pressure in that way.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe it's I think that's like in any sort of life situation.
I've got your daughter.
Yeah.
Fine, I'll put you on the show.
Yeah.
Do you want to do an A spot? Yeah. Yeah, dude. That's a whole war. Always communicating.
Yeah.
On the Dylan Sullivan show. Communicating and doing stuff.
Roundabout.
Ask me directly.
Roundabout.
Fuck that.
Roundabout.
Ask me directly.
Roundabout.
That's whack. Yeah, dude. Not roundabout communications whack as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh man, dude. You like calls? You like calling? You prefer phone calls?
No. I do prefer text.
It gets you.
Yeah, I do prefer.
You do prefer text.
Well, for a text, it gives me sometimes like I can't answer a phone call right away.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like a text gives me like space to breathe.
It does.
But I often forget texts.
Yeah. Right.
Right, like, because like I showed you, it's like all those texts that I just showed you right now, none of them were like, let's hang out, they're all work related.
Yeah.
Especially because I work at the club. They're all like, we got to get this person up. We got to, like, this person up on the website. We got to, hey, did anyone figure out,
where's my pen?
Yeah. It's like
That'd
stuff
be
like
funny, like the coworker that just
always needs a pen.
Yeah, that puts the pen somewhere else. And is like, where's my pen?
Right.
Yeah, man.
And it's like, so if I get a text in the middle of all that, then I might forget about it.
Totally. Right.
But then if you call me, I get anxious. So really, it's a lose-lose situation if you're trying to contact me.
It's just always scary.
Yeah, it's just always scary, and I'm sorry if I'm bad at communicating.
Dude, when's the last time you went to Denny's?
With you and Berner.
Nice. Do you remember your first time going to Denny's? Because you mentioned Denny's at the beginning of the podcast.
Yeah.
You were saying you went to Denny's somewhere.
I went Denny's is like the suburban kid hangout.
Right.
I think because it's like a place that's open late, and if you're not 18 yet or you're not 21 yet, you can't really go to a lot of places that are open late. Denny's you can.
Yeah.
So I don't remember my first Denny's, but Denny's was like a big part of my life.
Yeah.
I definitely remember, I forgot her name, but I definitely remember the waitress that always served us when we came to Denny's. We had this one waitress, and she was our waitress.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She was our Denny's waitress.
Yeah.
And
well, what was she like?
She was a black woman, but who was an immigrant.
Do you remember from?
I don't remember where from. It felt like some kind of island nation, but I could be wrong about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It felt islandy.
It felt islandy, but it could have been African. It was either African or island.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She definitely didn't come from Sweden. I'll tell you that.
It wasn't Japanese.
No. She was. But she was cool. She always served us, and she knew our regular orders. You know, my regular order doesn't exist anymore. Remember the 248 menu? 2468 menu?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would you do?
French toast slam from the $4 section.
Oh, okay.
French toast slam with hash browns.
Nice. Okay, so that's French toast, hash browns.
And 2 eggs.
And a sausage.
Yeah.
That's a good Denny's slam.
It's a good Denny's slam.
I do miss those. I liked making the combinations.
Right.
Of like, oh, I get to pick.
Yes.
You've given me this choice as a consumer, and I appreciate that. Because I get things my way.
Right.
You know?
Right.
It's like a very cool system. The 2468 at Denny's. Because then you could pick multiple on each.
Right.
You know? Hypothetically, you could walk in and get like 8 eggs for like $4.
Yeah, if you played it right. If you played it right,
you could really make
something happen here. Yeah, but that's one of those things inflation killed. The 2468 menu. Fucking thanks, Obama.
Thanks, Obama.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Because I remember, you know, I went to Denny's all the time.
Yeah.
And then there was like, you know, when I got to college, I didn't go to Denny's a lot.
No.
You know, now you're in college, you can do more adult things. Denny's, you know, not going to a lot. And I remember, I think I didn't go for Denny's for like 2 years, and I went on, there was a Christmas.
You had a 2-year Denny's hiatus.
Yeah. And there was a Christmas day that I was working at La Jolla, so I couldn't go home, and everyone else, it was Christmas, everyone was gone, so I was just by myself. So I was like, I'll just go to Denny's, I guess.
Yeah.
So I went to Denny's, and
You went to Denny's solo.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
On Christmas, it's like, I gotta do something.
Yeah.
Something's closed.
Christmas at Denny's, damn, dude, I'm so jealous.
Yeah.
Dude,
you know, most people wouldn't feel that way.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it was, you know what it was? Because it's like, I couldn't be home. I wanted to feel like something homey, and that's what it was. It was like, oh, Denny's reminded me of being with my friends growing up.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll go to Denny's.
It's such a the color scheme in there. It's such like a warm thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I went to Denny's, and and that's when I was like, oh, it's changing. The Denny's of my past is already changing, and now the 248 menu's gone, and like
and then you look to the left, and there's like a younger you just eating Denny's
with his friends, and
he doesn't understand.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know what how this was the best times of his life in here.
Why won't you listen?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So you went on Christmas. Do you remember? Did you order the French toast slam?
Yes, I ordered
Christmas?
some. No, I didn't. I ordered something like bigger. I think I got like steak or something. I was like, this is Christmas. I gotta, you know.
Yeah.
Get something. I gotta do something. But yeah, I remember thinking like, damn, I'm an adult.
Yeah.
I mean,
Denny's alone on a Christmas will tell you.
Yeah, it's like I'm an adult. Like, you know what I mean? Like I didn't get to. I was.
That was life going.
Yeah. Because I worked on the 24th and the 26th, and I was the new employee at the store, so I couldn't take off.
Sure. Oh, wow. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I had to be there.
Yeah.
I just gotten hired at La Jolla. This is 2014. So I just gotten hired at La Jolla, and that's how it worked. And then I was like, damn, this is what it means to be an adult. Like, I have to work. I'm following my dream, and that means I have to spend Christmas alone.
Right.
Now I'm at the place where, like, if I spend Christmas alone, I fucked up somewhere.
Yeah.
You You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I'm at the place where I can take a break on Christmas. I can see my family. I can see someone. I can go to my friend's house on Christmas if I wanted to. But like that one, I couldn't for 2 years. And then the next year, I was the new employee at Hollywood, so I couldn't there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so and then I became the Christmas Day host at Potluck and stuff, and then that felt good.
That's fun.
That was like, oh, this was fun. This is great. But yeah, dude. Yeah, it was that's probably one of my more memorable Denny's trips.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where was it?
San Diego, right next to did you ever do the Comedy Palace? It's like now called the Mic Drop.
Maybe.
It was like the Greek restaurant that was also a comedy place. You might not have.
In San Diego?
In San Diego.
No.
You might not have. There was a Denny's right next to that. And in fact, oh wow, I forgot about this. That's where we used to go after the open mics.
Is Denny's?
Is that Denny's? And there would be two tables. There would be the cool kids table and the young comics table. Like, you know, the cool comics table, the young comics table. And I always wanted to be at the cool comics table. And I never got there. And now none of them are doing comedy.
Wild. It's always the outcast.
It's not even that we were outcasts. It's just like you wanted to make it to the cool kids table. And I remember
there was
a clear divide. And I remember when someone got invited from there was a comic that got invited from the new comics table to the cool kids table, and that's where he sat from there on out. And I was like, damn, one day I'll move up.
That's a big thing in comedy.
Mm-hmm. Levels.
Yeah, tables.
Levels, and who you sit with, and like that's huge.
Right. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. It's definitely very motivating.
Yes. It's how you get better.
It hurts and is motivating.
Right.
You know.
Right.
It's like I remember that, and then it's so funny because when you get from like the table where no one, like, you know, you start at a table where you don't know anyone.
Right.
And all of you are bad.
Right.
And then so when you get to the next table, so to speak, then you feel like, oh, you know, I've done something.
Yeah. It's
right. But in reality, we're at a Denny's.
We're still at Denny's. Yeah.
But you can make something really important in some like places where it's not.
Yeah. Comedy is one of the few things where you can make progress at a Denny's.
Yeah,
like legitimate progress at a Denny's.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude, Denny's.
Oh man, like if you killed at the Denny's, you might as well have killed at the mic.
Yeah, absolutely. It's mic number 2.
It's mic number 2. Yep.
It's mic number 2.
Sometimes the hang is a mic.
Yeah. Ooh. And that's you got to jump in.
Right.
You know. That's It's all wildly social.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
It's Game of Thrones. Yeah. Everything is Game of Thrones. It's all politics. It's all positioning. It's all
exactly. It's like it's just who's Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
You know,
like what person do you model?
At Denny's right now, there's a Games of Thrones happening over there.
Yeah.
I've been watching videos of the CEO of Denny's. Mm-hmm. She had a podcast come out. It's incredible. You should listen to it.
Right.
Because she started at Red Lobster. She's CEO of Lobster, and then did a lot of stuff for Chili's and Yum Brands, that sort of stuff.
Right.
And wow, you know what
the corporate mood, the corporate world is especially Game of Thrones. That's
all
brutal.
over pancakes.
Right.
And now she's like the leader of pancakes. I really want to bring her on, and hopefully interview her. But
this, in your quest to be the king,
power structure.
Yeah.
You know.
In your quest to be the king of Denny's, that's something I see that happening.
I know. Ehsan, how would you become like the king of Denny's, like strategy wise?
So so what are you doing right now? You're trying to hit up different Denny's.
I'm trying to hit up all 4 major Denny's
in the Austin area.
And there's one Denny's that's a little up north and could be considered 5, but I don't count it because it's open from 5 a.m. to midnight.
Oh,
and that's not 24 hours.
A true Denny's is 24 hours.
Exactly.
Yes.
So the big 4 in Austin.
Right.
Yeah. So there's one.
How often do you go to Denny's? Let's say a week.
It ranges, but sometimes like 3-4 times a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Depending.
Wow.
That's
and do you try to split it up?
What do you mean?
So
Not in locations yet. Right now, I've been mainly focused on the one closest to
the mothership.
Yeah.
Right. So there's two options I think you can go about it. You can really, really focus on one Denny. When you get to know the people there, talk about the other Denny's, see what connection you have, move to that Denny's, and that's how you hop around Denny's in the area. Or you can dedicate 1 day a week to each Denny.
Yeah. Wow.
That's the game plan. You either focus real hard on one, and then from there the branch will come to you, or you hit one Denny at a time a week.
Yes. And then it's like maybe rotating days each week in case I can get different staff on different nights.
Right.
And then the key is...
No. So what you do is you stay one day consistently, so those people in the staff start talking about the guy who comes in on Thursday.
Who's that Denny's guy?
Who's that Denny's guy?
Oh, wow.
Then then you start talk, and then you figure out, okay, what other shifts does let's say you do Thursday Denny's near the mothership. Let's say the mothership Denny's. Go on Thursday. You always hit fat. You get the same server, or you get the similar server. Then you find out what other shifts they're working. Let's say they work on a Tuesday regularly. Then you show up on Tuesday night, and then people be like, "That's the guy."
That's the guy. That's the Denny's guy.
That's the Denny's guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, it's an incredible place, and they've got wildly different atmospheres in the Big Four.
Really?
Yeah, wildly different atmospheres.
Which is your favorite vibe?
Probably the one I go to now, or the one by the airport. Remember that's the one we all went after that speakeasy night.
Right.
Yeah.
That was a great Denny's. It has like a weird, cool wall that you can take a picture in front of. It's like an Instagram
cool
wall.
And no one is there.
It's
always like chilled out.
I like that. How far away is that from?
It's only a few miles, maybe like a 10-minute drive.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, and it's a good Denny's to go to. It's pretty much empty, and then up north, you've got one where the Denny's is sort of like, it's a little rowdier. It's right by like a Motel 8 or something.
Yeah.
There's crime going on.
There's crime going around. That's a tough Denny's.
Yeah, that's a tough Denny's.
That's
but
a tough Denny's.
Also, to its credit, a very, good servers there. Good servers at that Denny's. And added security sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like just a security guy,
Right. Just a guy who really wouldn't stop any crime from happening, but the fact that he's there is a deterrent.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. That's that Denny's. Okay. Wildly different vibe.
Yeah, rock and roll Denny's almost.
Yeah, you're rolling deep if you're going to that Denny's.
Yeah.
I can't do that all the time. Okay. That's pretty big leagues.
Right.
But but then the Denny's by me, I'm more like a like acclimated to.
Right, the one near the mothership?
Yeah. It's the one that I feel like, I'm myself. And then the other one is like, you need a break? Like, go to the island. Go to the Denny's Island.
Go to the Denny's Island.
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
And then there's one on 35 that's south, and that's like an in-between. But sometimes random days they'll just decide to close.
Yes. That is the new world sometimes, where it's like, we're just closed. We don't have enough workers. Deal with it.
Yeah. And we're like, okay.
Yeah. We want our stuff.
Yeah.
We want our stuff.
On the Dylan Sullivan Show.
We want our stuff.
That's right.
On the Dylan Sullivan Show.
Yeah. Go to Denny's today. Which Denny's will you go to on the Dylan Sullivan Show? We want our stuff. That was like a protest outside of a Denny's.
Right.
But that would be funny to do like a protest out of a Denny's, but it's like for one of their like you know how like each month a restaurant does like a special and it's like a fold-in that they put in the menu?
Right.
Just get a stage of protest outside of a Denny's. Bring back Baconalia. Bring it back.
We want seasonal pancakes all year.
Yeah.
Bring back bacon nail. Yeah.
Yeah.
You go to Denny's so much, you know the holidays.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm not fucking around, man.
Oh god,
dude. Denny's is traded on the public stock market.
Right. And I see why you're trying to be king, bro. You could be the spokesperson at Denny's,
dude.
And instead, like a Jared, but instead of getting thinner, you're getting bigger.
And more
instead of children, you fuck adults.
The Denny's was like, look, I'm not a shitty guy, but you can gain a bunch of weight.
Yeah. Look. You want to be happy?
Yeah,
Denny's.
You go to Denny. Yo, I would love to be a Denny spokesperson.
Hey, we're putting it on the universe right here, right now.
Dude,
There's gonna be in 10 years. There's gonna be like a video of like, look at what he was talking about on his podcast with no listeners. He was like, he wanted to be, and he did it, and it'll be an inspirational story.
Yeah, man. A Denny's inspirational story.
It's there for the taking. That one doesn't exist.
Their company culture is really cool. And the current CEO, she started out as a server. She was
so she knows from the inside out.
Yeah. She was born for this. She rise to the ranks. She graduated her tables.
She did.
And she became the CEO of Denny's.
That's pretty. That's actually pretty inspiring, right?
Going to any Denny's. Hey, I'll take those pancakes for free. Hey, that graham sandwich is on you.
Yeah.
That's what I would do if I was CEO.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be like going to all these. I would go to Denny's and I'd be like,
give me everything.
Yeah. And here's $1 million.
Yeah. I am. Don't forget, I'm the king of this place.
Yeah. Excuse me, sir. I noticed you didn't tip. It's in the briefcase.
Yeah. Oh god damn.
Dude.
Damn, Dylan. I do hate to do this, but I do forget. I do have to meet Derek.
Yeah, for sure.
Cut this
Thanks for coming on the Dylan Sullivan Show, Ehsan Ahmad.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'll be back again soon. You know it.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, thank
When's the last time you felt betrayed? Do you like markers? These are questions. If you could only have 2 pairs of shoes, but they always stayed new, which shoes would you choose? These are questions. For you. When was your favorite birthday? Why was it your favorite birthday? Do you like rhinos? These are questions. Do you like the moon? These are questions. For you. When's the last time someone genuinely asked how you were doing? When's the last time you ate pizza rolls in spring? These are questions. For you. If you were stuck in a diamond hall, surrounded by diamonds in each direction, which diamond would you choose? Assuming the hallway went forever. And assuming the diamond you choose will be the only diamond that you can have. Which diamond would you choose? Assume you're in a field, and in the far distance you can see a computer that's 10,000 feet tall, and a keyboard on the desk facing it. would you type? These are questions for you. Do you like going downstairs or upstairs? Do you like escalators or do you prefer elevators? Have you ever seen the movie Point Blank? Do you like the color green? And if so, what's the proper codex? These are questions for you. Have you ever lost a friend? If so, where were they? These are questions. If everyone in your life said you're gay, but you actually weren't, what would you do? These are questions for you. What's your favorite sports team? What is your favorite sports team game? Game within your sports team. These are questions. Do you prefer cats, dogs, or $500 trillion of debt? These are questions for you. Is there anything that you regret? And if so, why? That's interesting. These are questions for you. Do you feel like you've grown from it? Those are questions. Have you ever tried an apple cheddar cheese on toast? Which celebrity do you like most? These are questions. Do you remember the last time you scraped your knee? What happened? Have you ever been on a train? And if not, would you like to be on a train? These are questions for you. Have you ever hit a rock with another rock? Those are questions. Have you ever invaded Iraq? Just curious. These are questions. Have you ever had animal crackers? Do you prefer the regular or the iced? What's your favorite Girl Scout cookie? Have you invaded Iraq?
I was on this this show, and it was half pole dancing, half comedians. And it was really funny because the women would go up and like, you know, and there was one pole dancing guy.
Okay.
And, you know, some of the women went like wild over it, but it was funny because he was just like wildly stronger than the
Yeah, I figured he was more athletic and better at it than them.
and the women were like athletic, you know, like they were doing crazy shit.
It's hard. I did it a little bit for like 5 minutes once.
Right. Yeah, it was a hard thing, but it was just insane because, like, and that, I mean, like, you know, I'm not sexually attracted to the women, so that I'm thinking about it, like, after, you know, like, it goes back to women because that was the one guy on the show, and then the woman would go up and I kind of be like,
Should have the guy close.
Yeah. No, what they should have done is had the guy close with a woman.
Oh. So it's kind of sexual between the two of them?
Yeah, what the guy did to make his a little more sexual is he brought one of the comedians that was a woman and sat her in a chair and did the lap dance thing.
Yeah.
Because women want to see it, like, being done, like, they can imagine they're the chick.
Well, yeah, because the thing is, I mean, the pole dancing is somewhat sexual because it's a pole, which is a phallic object, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, so a guy would have to be more like hole dancing.
Peekaboo! It's just him crawling in a tunnel.
Yeah, it's just World War One.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Have you ever been to a strip club?
Yes, twice.
What'd you think?
I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I liked it, but I liked it.
Okay.
Yeah. Different experiences both
Why
times.
don't you like that you liked it?
Because it's dirty and evil.
Is it?
I don't know. Kinda. I mean, it's definitely pure lust, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no one there who's like really charming you with their soul.
I've gone to strip clubs with my straight friends.
Yeah.
And I talked to these women.
I've talked to them as well. Yeah.
So one of them tried to make me straight.
Nice.
And I was like, yeah, not gonna work. But tell me about the times.
The first time was my 21st birthday. It was shortly after my oldest brother had died, and to cheer me up, some comic friends took me to and some other comics to a strip club. They called it Berner Fest. It wasn't a good strip club. That was kind of the bit. Almost was. It was like the strippers were very much like independent contractors, and like you could see when they got the light when they were running out of time. And it was like super cheap. And I think I told you probably the funniest interaction was because they try and make everything sexy.
Yeah.
Right. And so the music was really loud, and the stripper, she's one of my friends paid for me to go to the back room, which was a booth with just a curtain. And she goes, "What's your name?" And like I had to yell over the music, and I was like, "Jeffrey."
Yeah.
And then she goes, "Michael?" And I go, "No, Jeffrey." And she goes, "Even better." So that was really funny.
That's so good.
It's like, does every interaction need to be sex? You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Head to the emergency exit in case of an emergency.
Someone's having a heart attack. Is anyone a doctor?
Any hot cock doctors?
You know, somebody dying on the floor.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Which one of you hunks want to perform CPR? And then the second time?
The second time is more shameful. I don't know. So let's see if I want you to cut this. So is Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
And I was on Molly.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know how much of the story to tell. But this girl who actually seemed to almost genuinely like me. Like, she wanted something for sure, because, like, when I went to the stage to give her money, she, like, and this was, like, a topless-only club, she, like, pulled her panties aside so I could see her pussy. She, like, flashed her pussy at me.
Really?
Yeah. Didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
And I don't know, from our, like, we briefly talked beforehand when I met her, and, yeah. But then... a stripper walked up to me who I thought was that stripper. Turned out it wasn't that stripper, and she invited me to the champagne room.
Yeah, which is like the back room.
It's up the stairs. It's private.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
It was like it.
It's where you get like blowjobs.
One would think so.
Yeah.
Maybe I wasn't. I don't know. So, but it ended up costing me, yeah, probably about what a month's rent would have been for me at the time.
Yeah. And did she like give you head or something?
No.
No.
I didn't ask for it. I didn't want to be rude.
Yeah. So she just gave you a dance?
She gave me a dance. Well, then there was another room. This is what made it come out to more than rent. Then she got me to go to another room that was just a smaller room, and it was just more dancing. And this is the part where I'm like, I don't know if I'm ashamed or proud or what. I don't know if I've told you this before. So at some point in it, I was like, I realized, oh, this is all that's happening, and I just spent a lot of money, right? So I was like, fuck this. I'm going to do whatever I can. I'm going to flip this on her. I'm going to see how I can make her enjoy this. I'm going to do what I don't think anyone's done, basically. And I figured out she had a thing with her feet. I noticed she was like wearing socks despite not wearing other stuff, and I was like, there's something going on. I figured out like a spot around the ankle she like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I figured out like where to kiss her.
On her feet?
No, along her side.
Uh-huh.
I really got into it.
Yeah.
And then there was a point where mouth on the nipple, there was a reaction.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Positive or negative?
Positive.
Mm-hmm.
Surprised but positive.
Wow.
And anyway, then I think she wanted me to pay to fuck her. Because then she like, after it was over, she like followed me, but I was upset with her. She like followed me back to my seat after the fact.
Why were you
and like
upset
hung out
with
for
her?
too long? I felt like I'd been tricked because I'd been tricked.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't like that I'd been tricked.
Yeah. Because you thought it meant like you were gonna like get something.
Yeah, I thought something more was happening, as had been implied heavily.
And so she follows you back to your seat.
Yeah.
And then tries to talk to you again.
Yeah.
And then what do you do?
I kind of iced her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember what you said?
No, I just didn't talk to her. Yeah.
Oh, she talked to you and you just kind of gave her the cold shoulder?
I think, well, no, she waited for me to talk to her, basically.
Mm-hmm.
She went on my lap. Yeah.
And then you just...
And I just talked to the other people at the table. Yeah.
And then she eventually got the hint?
Yeah, she left. Yeah.
Damn.
What do you mean?
Damn.
Yeah. It's okay. I probably paid for like her kid's rehab or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah, maybe the money went to a good cause.
I remember last time I was at a strip club was also in Vegas, and my buddy was doing his thing, and I remember the whole thing is the cover charge was like pretty expensive, but it came with 2 free drinks, and then you go in and right away like women kind of like come lash you and like, let's go to the bar,
Right.
and I was like, okay, and then she's like, let's get a drink, and I was like, okay, and then they just like took my free drink tickets. And then I had to buy
That's what they
myself
do.
a drink. Yeah.
That's what they do.
Yeah. So the free drink tickets were really for the strippers.
Right.
Then my buddy and I are sitting at a table. The women come in for us. My buddy gets whisked away because he's trying to spend. But I'm not trying to spend money. I'll go with my friend, but
Right.
like I'm getting nothing out of this deal.
Right. Oh, and that made them try even harder on you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so, I'm like, no, really, I insist. And then a couple of them, I was just like, all right, here's like $40. Like, have fun, go. And they thought that was like me making a like, yeah, oh wow, he wants different girls. I was like, no, I don't want different girls. I just don't want girls. And then this, like there's this old lady stripper. You could tell she was like close to retirement.
Yeah.
And she was Vietnamese. She's like, I was like, yeah, I'm gay, but here's $100. Have fun. Thank you. Bye.
Right.
And she's like, oh, $100. You sure you're gay? And then she started like dancing on my lap, but she was like pretty old. So it was like, the movements were a lot more rigid. She's like, you sure you're gay now? And I was like, yes, please. This is harassment. And I just like let her do a dance. I was like, yeah, here's $100. And she's like, oh, let's go dance over. And I'm like, no, we're not dancing. I'm gay. I just gave you like $150 to do nothing.
So you were paying her to stop stripping at you. And she kept
Sullivan
stripping
show.
at you.
Hello, Dylan Sullivan. Dylan Sullivan show. The Sullivan. That Dylan Sullivan show. That Dylan Sullivan. Sullivan. Dylan Sullivan the show. That Dylan Sullivan show. I'll have a Dylan Sullivan show.